Today, we are diving into something really powerful, a manifesto for our times, really. It's called a Declaration of Digital Independence. And this isn't just some article, it's a genuine call to arms for anyone out there who feels kind of trapped by the very tech that was supposed to free us. And wow, it starts with a bang, doesn't it? That opening line just immediately gets to the heart of the conflict of our age. It's us, our humanity, our own minds, versus these technological shackles we've, well, willingly or not, put on ourselves. It's such a powerful nod to historical declarations, but it's aimed at a very, very modern kind of tyranny. So just like those huge historical documents, this declaration doesn't just, demand change out of nowhere. No. It carefully lays out all the reasons why this change isn't just something we want, but something that is absolutely necessary. It's declaring the causes that are pushing us, compelling us to seek this disconnection. So, what are those causes? Well, the Declaration presents them as these fundamental, self-evident truths about who we are as people. These are the core principles of being human that our digital world seems to have, well, either forgotten or even worse, is actively working against. First up, and this one really hits home, our spirit, it can't be quantified. It wasn't made to be measured by engagement rates or follower counts or how far your post reached. It's a direct challenge to a system that tries to slap a number on literally everything. And right on the heels of that, our emotions, our deep connections, our heart. It just wasn't built to be predicted or manipulated by code. This really speaks to that cold, almost calculating nature of the systems that now play middleman in so much of our social lives. This next point is a full-on attack on the entire business model of the modern internet. Our focus, our actual consciousness, has been turned into a commodity, right? A raw material just waiting to be extracted for profit. And this declaration just says, nope, no more. And really, it all just boils down to this simple but incredibly profound truth. It's a reminder of the massive gap between the digital illusion of connection and the real, messy, wonderful reality of human affection. We've started mistaking the symbol for the actual substance. So once it's laid out these truths, the Declaration gives us this central metaphor to help us really grasp the prison we're in. It calls our digital world the digital asylum, which is a really powerful, kind of unsettling way to describe the system of control we're all swimming in every day. So what is it exactly? Well, think of it as a prison with no physical bars. Its walls are the screens in our hands, in our homes, and they've spread all across the planet. And the goal isn't to lock up our bodies, but to confine something way more valuable, our minds. And here's how this asylum is actually structured. The wards that keep us contained, those are our social media feeds. The orderlies who kind of manage and direct us, the influencers. And the sedatives that keep us all passive and just compliant enough, that's the endless, bottomless stream of content. It's a brilliant way to show how these things work together to keep us locked in. And the rules in this place, they're completely upside down. It's a system where vanity is rewarded, but sincerity gets punished. It's a world where performers and jesters are put on thrones, while the really thoughtful voices, the prophets, are just silenced or, slowed down by the algorithm. And the end product of this entire system is what the text calls parasocial pantheons. Just think about that phrase for a second. It's about creating these entire collections of false gods, influencers, celebrities, whose divine status is fueled by nothing more than empty clicks and engagement. Okay, but after diagnosing the problem so sharply, the text does something amazing. It pivots. This is the big turning point. It shifts from complaining to taking action, from analysis to a full-on declaration of liberation. This whole part is about reclaiming who you are behind the profile, your true, unfiltered self. And this, right here, is the core act of rebellion. It's a collective statement from all of us, the dispossessed of the timeline, who feel lost in the endless scroll. It's a flat-out refusal to keep feeding the machine, to keep serving the hungry, endless appetites of the algorithm. So what does this rebellion actually look like? Well, it's an active thing. It means we renounce the tyranny of that demanding, endless feed. And we reject the empty shows that turn deep thought into just another fleeting, shallow trend. And all of this builds to the central thesis, the absolute heart of this whole declaration. It echoes those famous words from 1776, but with a modern twist. It asserts our fundamental right to be free and independent minds, not just free people. So this isn't just talk, right? The Declaration actually lays out a practical path forward. Independence isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a process. It means breaking the spell of the feed's hypnosis, stepping away from the outrage cycles of the digital mob, seeing through the fake intimacy of online personalities, and finally, realizing that going viral isn't a real victory. But to stay free, you have to live differently. So it proposes this new personal code of conduct, these pledges we make to ourselves, to actually pause and think before we share something, to speak our real thoughts instead of just performing for an audience. And so importantly, to remember the power of just not saying anything. And that leads to this incredible idea that the ultimate act of defiance in a world that demands constant noise, constant engagement, is to be silent, choosing not to participate, choosing not to react. That can be the most powerful and radical statement you can possibly make. You're reclaiming your own attention. And the whole thing ends not with a statement, but with a question aimed right at every single one of us. It suggests that a huge shift is happening, an age where we're starting to reclaim our souls from the machine. And it leaves us with the most important question of all. Are you in? Will you reclaim yours?